Hi foodies, how you doing? I made my Sunday dinner and I really just wanted to share it with you guys. I did some brown stew pork. Okay, it's a very simple dish, very flavorful. So I really hope you enjoyed. So stick around if you want to see some brown stew pork, Jamaican style. All right, guys, so I have the pork pieces here, and no, I didn't take off the skin. We do our brown stew pork usually with skin and bones included. Okay, so I have it here. This is cleaned, rinsed with some lemon juice and cold water. Okay, and then I'm gonna add a mixture of all-purpose seasoning and meat seasoning. So this is dry seasoning, but of course we're gonna go in with some other things later on. So all-purpose seasoning and meat seasoning, then some black pepper, of course. I'm gonna add some paprika. You don't have to add it, okay? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'm adding some paprika today. And I'm gonna add some crushed allspice berries, pimento. You know, you can use it whole if you prefer. Sometimes I crush it, sometimes I leave it whole. And we're gonna go in with some minced ginger and garlic. I love to use ginger with pork. So minced ginger and garlic just to give it that nice flavor. Because you know, even though we're using the powdered seasoning, we have to use some fresh ones too, right? So we'll add that and then we'll add green seasoning. Now, green seasoning is a blend of like scallion, thyme, sweet pepper, onion, garlic, ginger, scotch bonnet. So sometimes, you know, you'll see Jamaican cooks add the whole piece, like the pieces of vegetables, but we can also blend it. So this is the blended mix. And then I add some soy sauce. All right. So we have to rub that in, make sure the seasoning penetrates the pork. So just rub it into the meat. When it comes to most Jamaican stews, we want to have that nice rich color. So we get the help of browning. There's other ways to do it. You can burn your own sugar in the pot. But today I'm going with browning. So I'm just going to add some in there. You do want to be careful because browning can be bitter if you do it in excess. So just add a little and then rub everything together. So that's that. Well seasoned, good to go. Just put it in the fridge overnight, okay? It's best to marinate meat overnight. So I understand if you're too busy and you have to do it the same day, but if you can, definitely overnight. So we have our pork seasoned and good to go here. And then we're gonna just brown it in the pot. So I have some oil in the Dutch pot here, and I'm just gonna cook the pieces of pork all over on all sides in the oil. If we were burning our own sugar instead of using browning, then we would add the sugar to the oil here and then add the pork. But we're just gonna do it this way today. So cook it on all sides in the oil until it kind of gets a little bit brown. You know, it doesn't have to be black. All right, just get it seared, get it, you know, to get a little bit of color, and then we can add our other ingredients. If your pot is too small, you can always brown the pork in batches. So you'd brown this amount, then take it out, pour it into a bowl somewhere, then brown the rest. All right, so once all the pieces are brown like this, then we'll look at the other ingredients. So we're gonna add more flavor to the pot. So this is some scallion, some carrot, and I have scotch bonnet, whole scotch bonnet, because I want the flavor. I don't want it to be excessively spicy. And then some tomato, some bell peppers, onion, tiny pieces of scallion, right? And then some fresh thyme. Sometimes I'll leave out some of these ingredients and sometimes I don't, okay? So we have the pork that was browned already. So what we're going to do is add half of the stuff I just showed you and some water. I just poured some water in that same bowl that I seasoned the pork in. And so that's what I poured in there. And then we're going to allow this to simmer over a low to medium heat until it gets tender. So we added half of the veggies and herbs that I showed you, okay, and leave the other half on the plate. So cover this and we'll allow it to simmer until it gets a little more tender. And of course, the scotch bonnet has to be added too. All right. Now, when it comes to many of these Jamaican dishes, these brown stew dishes, I don't time them. Mostly, I just check after maybe like 30 minutes. I just check on it to see if it's tender. And if I realize that it's almost complete, it's cooking, then that's when I go in now and I stir things around, give it a taste, and add what I need to add to make that final gravy really nice. So it's been cooking for a while and it's tender but not complete. If you need it darker, add some more browning at this point. If not, just forget about the browning, okay? Because at this point is where you're gonna have your last chance to season to get the nice gravy. So we're gonna add the rest of the veggies and herbs that we had on the plate. Remember, we added the first half before and then we simmered the pork. So after that, now we're gonna go in with the other half of the veggies. And remember, if you don't have all these veggies, it's fine. At least if you have some onion, scallion, thyme, and tomato, you can make it work. Okay, so stir all of this together. And if you feel like you need to add a little more water, go ahead and add a little more water. It's fine. It's a stew. Stews are very forgiving. It's easy to, make adjustments. Then I'm going to be adding some ketchup. Some people don't like ketchup in their brown stew. They prefer just to use the tomato. If that's you, then leave out the ketchup. Your kitchen, your rules. Okay, I like some ketchup in my brown stew pork. So I'm going to add some soy sauce here. And there are many other things you can add. There are Jamaican brands like Pick a Pepper that have some nice sauces that you can add. There is the mango ginger, which is really good. And there's also Jamaica Valley. They have sweet pimento ketchup. I love these and sometimes I add them. I'm not using it today, but I wanted to share some Jamaican brands with you guys. All right, so stir everything together. All right, and make sure you check to see if you needed anything else, because now we are going to cover the pot and simmer it for the last time. Okay, once the meat is tender and the gravy is as desired, that's it. You're good. You're done. It's brown stew pork. As I said, it's a simple dish. It's comfort food. Okay, so don't overthink it too much. It is nice and juicy and the gravy is so flavorful. So good. I just had mine with some rice and peas, some coleslaw with mayo added, and some other veggies, and it is really a nice Sunday dinner. So good. So let me know what you think once you try the recipe if you haven't tried it before. And thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.